Hello and welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Kaguya 4-door 4 standby deck profile. This deck build runs 18 level 0s, 9 level 1s, 4 level 2s, 11 level 3s, and 8 climax cards. So the first set of cards we're going to take a look at are at the level 0s. So I'm running 4 copies of Supreme Bliss Chica at 4 copies. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Shujin character, choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 2,000 power until the end of turn. The second effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, take a hit. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 level 1 or lower character, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So you can do either effect in any order, but they both trigger when placed on stage from your hand. So it's a nice power boost and plussing card. So running this at 4 copies. Then I'm running 4 copies of Serious Showdown Between Geniuses K. It has 2 auto effects. The first is when this card's battle point becomes reversed, choose one of your other Shujin characters, rest it, and move it to an open position of your backstage. The second is at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If it's a Shujin character or a romantic battle between of the Brains event, you can move this card to an open position of your center stage. So it's a clean cut effect and a runner. So it has double plussing abilities, 1 to plus on your turn and 1 to plus on your opponent's turn. So it's a very good card at level 0. So that's what we're running at 4. Then we're running 3 copies of I, Bestowing Courage. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, ditch a card. If you do, you can search your deck for 1 Shujin character, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Then the second effect is when your climax is placed on your climax area, you can return this card to your hand. If you do, you can choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 2k power until the end of turn. And if you want, you can up this to 4 copies, because it's the resonate target for your level 3. And then I'm running 2 copies of Trembling Kaguya. It has 2 effects. The first is auto. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this card to an open position of your center stage. And the second effect is auto. When this card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may reverse that character. So it's a free runner and also a level 0 bomber. So that's what we're running 2. Then I'm running 2 different Brainstormers, a red and blue one. So the blue Brainstormer has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can choose one character in your opponent's center stage, and that character has minus 500 power until the end of turn. And the second is the Activate Brainstormer effect. Pay 1, rest this card, flip over 4 cards from the entire deck, put them into your waiting room, and for each climax reveal, you can search your deck for up to 1 Shujin character, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So that's the Tutor Brainstormer. And I'm also running the red Brainstormer. It has 2 effects. The first is Activate Rest this card, choose one of your characters, and that character has plus 1 power until end of turn. The second is Activate Brainstorm, pay 1 stock, flip over 4 cards, put them in your waiting room, and for each climax reveal, you can perform the following action, choose one Shujin character in your waiting room, add your hand, and discard a card. So this is a spammable Brainstormer, but it salvages. So you have a search and a salvage Brainstorm for your deck, so that's good. And the first ability that pumps power helps your level 1 get its reverse combo off. Then our last zeros are one-ofs. So I'm running 1 copy of Skill, Miss Innocent Kaguya. It has 2 effects. The first is pay 3 Stock Wash, and the second is pay 1 on attack, a double trigger check. So helps you trigger those standby climaxes, and the other one helps kind of dirty your opponent's stock if they built clean stock during the game. Then I'm running 1 copy of Dignified of Prince Kaguya. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can look at the 2 cards from your deck, put them on top of your deck in any order, so you stack your top 2 cards. And the other effect is a climax swap ability. So yeah, help get the specific climax you need for your level 1 or level 3. Then I'm running 4 copies of In the Corridor at Dusk Kaguya. It has 2 effects. The first is the climax combo. When this card attacks, if Now We're Even is in your climax area and you have another Shujin character, you may look at the top card of your deck. If you do, put that card face down underneath this card as a marker. The second is auto. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay the cost, which is remove the marker. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 Shujin character, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. You can use the second auto effect during either player's turn, as long as you get your reverse. And then I'm running 2 copies of Hopeless at IT Kaguya. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous assist. All your Shujin characters in front of this card gets plus X power. X equals to that character's level times 500. And the second is activate, resonate, pay 1, reveal 1 eye, bestowing courage in your hand and rest this card. If you do, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Shujin character from among them, add it to your hand, and put the rest into your waiting room. So it's like almost a guaranteed brainstorm. Since we're not running any events in this deck and only characters, the only thing you can wheel for is the climax cards. And then I'm running 2 copies of Smartphone Debut Miyuki. It has 1 continuous experience effect during your turn. If the total level of cards in your level is 1 or higher, this card gets plus 25 power. And the following ability: auto, when this card attacks a level 2 or higher, this card gets plus 6,000 power until end of the turn. Then my last level 1 is a 1/0 2k backup Panic Kaguya. And for level 2s, I'm running 3 copies of Fireworks Display U. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. This card gets plus 1,000 power for each of your other Shujin characters and has auto hand encore. So just a good standby target at level 1. And then our last level 2 is the blue backup Kaguya. It's when you use cards backup, you can pay 2 and then put the cards in your waiting room back to your deck, so it stops a refresh point damage. Then I'm running 4 copies of Serious Showdown Between Geniuses Kaguya. It has 3 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal 1 damage. Second is the climax combo. When this card attacks, if Exchange Party Aftermath is in your climax area and you have another Shujin character, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent, and this card gets plus 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. And then the third is auto resonate. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can resonate and discard a card. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So you resonate with that eye, bestowing courage level 0. And then I'm running 3 copies of the early play key or K card. It has 2 effects. The first is if your waiting room has 2 or less client cards, it gets -1 level from hand, so it's early play. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock, so it's a stock healer. Then I'm running 2 Miyuki early play level 3s. It has 3 effects. The first is if your waiting room has 2 or less class cards, this gets -1 level. Second is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, this card gets plus 4 500 power and the following ability until your opponent's next turn. During this card's battle, all players cannot play backup. And then third, auto experience. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, if the total level of cards in your level is 4 or higher, you can pay the cost, which is pay 2 stock, discard a card, and then put the reversed opponent's character into their clock. And then I'm running 2 1-ofs at level 3. The Psychological Test Chica, which I really just use it for the assist effect, adding 2k to the characters in front of the card. And then for the Kaguya from the trial deck card, I'm also running it for the power it gives and the climaxless extra damage that it can possibly do for the second effect. And then for the last 8 cards, I'm running the class cards for Now We're Even, which combos with the level 1 combo, and 4 copies of the Door Climax Exchange Party Aftermath, which is for the level 3 combo. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com and a link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.